Aaron Rodgers is apparently on his way out of Green Bay. I mean, it's a huge deal. How often do you see a player the caliber of Rodgers, an all-time great, get flat out traded like what's inevitably about to happen? The news and the Aaron Rodgers talk and the Green Bay Packers talk has completely flooded the sports media world, including during the 2021 NFL draft coverage. Look, all these different networks, all these different reports are all over the place. So I'm here to bring it all together in one spot for my own sanity and for your sanity. I mean, the whole thing has really just struck a nerve because I am a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I'll go ahead and admit my bias now. And this situation has just kind of unfolded over multiple year time frame. Anyways, we're putting it all together in this video. When did this all start? Why is there a conflict? Are the Packers to blame for the conflict? Is Aaron Rodgers to blame for this conflict? Who is controlling this narrative that's been released to the public and has been very public over the last week or so? And ultimately, how will this all end? All of that and much more are coming up right after we hit that intro.
I gave you fair warning, beware. Smack him in the corner of the end zone. It is up for the touchdown. Smack him in the mouth. I gave you fair warning, beware. I'll smack him in the mouth.
What is up, everyone? I am Mike, and I am on the mic of the most electrifying sports YouTube channel in the game today. Welcome if you're new. Hello. Nice to see you again if you're a reoccurring viewer. Before we get into this Aaron Rodgers talk, please take the 2 seconds to help change my life. We are about halfway on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Tap that subscription button and the little notification bell next to it so you're alerted every time I post some new content. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you comment I subscribed or I'm already subscribed or any kind of subscribed comment, I will respond to all of those. I promise, immediately, as soon as I see them. Also, if you're enjoying what you hear, I'll let you be the determiner of that later on in the video. Smash that like button, it helps out a ton in the algorithm. I'm gonna get a little bit serious during this video. I know you guys are used to seeing memes and jokes and giggles. We're gonna take this video a little bit more seriously because this is a very serious situation unfolding with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. And I really want to understand it, and I want to help you understand how the situation has all come to be and where they're at exactly today and how it's going to end. So what started all this? This is a multiple year buildup of events that have led to the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers drama and probably ultimately split. I think this goes back way further than anyone notices. I think this goes back all the way to February 6, 2011. The Green Bay Packers had just won the Lombardi Trophy and were bringing it home, thanks to some amazing quarterback play from up-and-coming Aaron Rodgers. Remember, Rodgers all season was saying, I'm going to capture the belt. I'm going to capture my title as the top of the mountain. And that very moment, when he held that very trophy, this split began. Now, you're probably looking at me like I'm crazy. How would this start at a Super Bowl victory? The reason that this is a defining moment in this storyline is because that is the moment that Aaron Rodgers' mind completely changed and his expectations inside his own head completely changed. To him, it was Super Bowl or bust now. He knew that he could accomplish that goal. He knew that he could be at that mountaintop. And anything short of that was a complete failure. And these failures build up and eventually would be more and more devastating as time would go on, leading all the way up and into last year's NFC Championship game versus Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yes, the Green Bay Packers have been Super Bowl contenders for about the last decade, but just contending was not enough for Aaron. And just contending still is not enough for Aaron. One Super Bowl trophy to him is a failure of his entire career. Once he achieved that goal, his expectations changed. Every year was Super Bowl or bust in his mind. Now, I don't think the Packers organization's goals and dreams and aspirations lined up exactly with Aaron's. And that's where this started. At that Super Bowl, when he realized that that was going to be his expectations for his career. And that's why if you flash forward to 2018, even though the Green Bay Packers were in Super Bowl contention for those 7 years in between winning the Super Bowl, it wasn't enough for Aaron. He was already disgruntled at that point at the fact that they had not reached the mountaintop again. Now, I don't like to speculate, but I highlight the year 2018 because that was the year that Mike McCarthy got fired from the Packers. And just imagine being that guy that's just obsessed with winning the Super Bowl, and your coach doesn't seem to show the same passion and motivation that you do. Not that Mike McCarthy doesn't want to win Super Bowls. I'm sure Mike McCarthy wanted to win multiple Super Bowls, but there's different levels of wanting this. And if McCarthy's level of wanting that Super Bowl victory was not lined up with the amount and was not lined up with the importance in Aaron Rodgers' own head, I could see conflict there. I could see the reports saying that maybe Aaron Rodgers did go for McCarthy's job. Maybe he did talk to the higher-ups and get him removed from the team. That year was one of the few bad years for the Green Bay Packers. The offense just wasn't clicking at all. Despite Rodgers' comments, he's come out and said that he supports McCarthy and whatever else was said at the time. I sincerely don't think Rodgers would see the offense struggling at the way it was and just say nothing but positive things. I'm sure there was discussions behind the scenes. Did he get Mike McCarthy fired? I do not think that that's the case, because if he got him fired, you would think that he would open up to the next head coach with open arms and no problem. But this was not the case. For one, Rodgers definitely wanted input in on this head coaching hire. He wanted someone that he knew he was going to be comfortable working with and wasn't going to interfere in what he's going to do with this offense, the Green Bay Packers offense being, because Aaron had been used to kind of running the show since they won the Super Bowl in 2011. So when the Packers didn't talk to Aaron Rodgers before making a head coaching hire, and they quietly and quickly hired Matt LaFleur, immediately Aaron Rodgers met that with some conflict. LaFleur brought a new offense to the team, a new game plan with new rules that maybe didn't include Aaron Rodgers having complete control of the offense. So not only is Rodgers not being granted input within the head coaching hire itself, now he's losing control of the offensive game plan and playbook, and that was the whole reason why there was probably complaints brought up about Mike McCarthy. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers feels like he knows what's best for the Green Bay Packers, and especially the offensive side of the ball. Aaron Rodgers feels like he has reached that mountaintop once, so he has the answers to reaching the mountaintop a second time. So to not be granted input in the head coaching hire or into the offensive game plan as much as he was in previous seasons was not meeting his expectations. And once again, the Green Bay Packers were starting a little bit more of a rift with Aaron Rodgers. Now, the two would eventually go on to have a really good relationship, and the coach and the quarterback were in sync once again. But that never goes away. When you have that little when you have that little disagreement, that never completely goes away, especially when it's between two guys who have been very successful in their careers, LaFleur as a coach and Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback in the NFL. So with that lingering still, with the McCarthy thing probably lingering on the Packers' mind, with the Matt LaFleur hire lingering on Aaron Rodgers' mind, we get to the 2019 NFL Draft. And instead of drafting a wide receiver in the first round like everyone thought the Green Bay Packers would to really send this Packers team over the top, they decide to pass on a guy like A.J. Brown. They pass on guys like DK Metcalf. They pass on guys like Mecole Hardman, even would have been a big help to this team. And they draft safety Darnell Savage. Wide receiver was a clear choice in this draft, especially when you consider back then in 2019, you're coming off years where Devontae Adams can't stay healthy, and no one is really clearly stepped up to be the wide receiver 2 on the team for the long term. Aaron Rodgers and the offense had just had their worst year since the Super Bowl. You really think that the knockout of the park pick there was wide receiver, and it was met with public controversy, not just from Aaron Rodgers behind the scenes. Now, while Rodgers didn't come out and publicly say anything, I am sure there had to have been words. There had to have been words. There had to have been thoughts. Hey, I'm all in, because his expectation is here. He wants Super Bowls. And he knows that the key to getting those Super Bowls is to beef up this offense. Go all in. And what would happen next would be exactly that, but not for the Green Bay Packers. In the first year of Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers together, they would actually reach the NFC title game, only to get dominated by the San Francisco 49ers, who were on a very hot streak, a very hot run to the Super Bowl. The Packers would fall one game short of reaching that Super Bowl title, of reaching that Super Bowl appearance, and have to sit at home and watch a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, who did draft Mecole Hardman, to an offense that already had Tyreek Hill, that already had Sammy Watkins, that already had Travis Kelce. The Chiefs are going all in. That expectation that Aaron Rodgers has for the Green Bay Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs are meeting. And he has to sit at home and watch it in pain. Just lost the NFC title game. Missed out on an opportunity to go once again. Now, to most, going 13-3 in a season, dominating for the most part most of your games, going to the NFC title game would be a huge success in year one of a head coach's regime. But not to Aaron. Not to that bad man, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Because in here, he has 2011 on the mind. Every season that they don't win the Super Bowl is a failure to him. Now, do the Green Bay Packers organization's goals line up? Yes, I'm sure they do want to win the Super Bowl, but there are financial things behind the scenes. There are PR things behind the scenes. There are decisions that are made for reasons that aren't always towards winning football games or winning Super Bowls. And those decisions continued on and continued on. And the more and more times the Packers passed on acquiring weapons for Aaron Rodgers, the more and more the public actually started to turn on the Green Bay Packers in favor for Rodgers. That's going to be important because the narrative as of today has completely flipped from what it was in about 2019-2018 timeframe, and there's reasons for it, and there's someone controlling that narrative behind the scenes. So this takes us to the 2020 NFL draft. And this is really where things took a turn from just maybe a disgruntled or maybe just gripes or maybe I wish we did this or I wish we did that in a specific game from Aaron Rodgers to, oh no, I may need to get out of Green Bay. You know, before the NFL draft, I think as soon as a few hours before the NFL draft, Rodgers is on the Pat McAfee show and he says, hey, it would be nice to get a receiver with this first round draft pick at the end of the first round because we haven't drafted one in the first round in over 15 years. So, when you see the Green Bay Packers have traded up and are currently on the clock, you're thinking, oh, wide receiver Justin Jefferson, wide receiver Michael Pittman, wide receiver Chase Claypool. No, the pick is in, and the Green Bay Packers draft quarterback Jordan Love out of Utah, a team who just reached the NFC Championship game with their quarterback playing at an elite all-time level, just drafted his backup with their first round selection. Just drafted his replacement with the first round selection. Remember, going back to the expectations thing, Aaron Rodgers is in here. Did the Jordan Love pick help us win a Super Bowl? No. First round pick, complete failure. Complete failure. 2020 first round pick, complete failure. Rodgers took the high road. He said he's happy for Jordan, yada, yada, yada. He did say a few things about, I wasn't too excited about the pick because, you know, just went to the NFC title game, and we drafted a guy that's not going to help us and would not even play a single snap the following season. But the public, the media, they went nuts. I mean, there was talks of trades for Aaron Rodgers back then after the 2020 draft. But again, it all roots back to the core. Drafting Jordan Love, preparing for the future of the team. It doesn't meet Aaron Rodgers' expectations. It doesn't meet those expectations of doing everything you can to go and win Super Bowls, and as many as you can before Aaron Rodgers' career is over. So there's no way that he was not irate behind the scenes. And this is why I say it was the turning point. This selection was the turning point from Aaron Rodgers maybe a little disgruntled with the organization for not getting him weapons versus Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. The next season, with his future on the line, with everyone watching, he absolutely balled out. Put up some career-high numbers, won his third MVP award of his career, and took his team to the NFC Championship game once again, only to fall to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, another team that went all in, grabbed up weapons on weapons on weapons on weapons, were 3 deep at every single position on the field because their expectation was Super Bowl or bust. They have Tom Brady. The Green Bay Packers aren't living up to those expectations. And Aaron Rodgers sees this. And the fact that it was Tom Brady probably just puts a little bit more salt on that wound for Aaron Rodgers. And again, Aaron Rodgers has to sit on his couch and watch a Super Bowl with 2 teams that have completely loaded up their rosters for their star quarterbacks, unlike the Green Bay Packers. And in that very same game that Aaron Rodgers faced Tom Brady and the Packers fell short once again, they decided to kick the field goal. They take the ball out of Rodgers' hand, which is just making this all worse. In that very same game, Aaron Rodgers may have played his last snap as a Green Bay Packer. Because now we're here at the 2021 draft, and the news breaks that Aaron Rodgers officially wants out of Green Bay, wants to be traded, demanding a trade. You know, we got teams being listed, Broncos, Raiders, 49ers. The 49ers had the number 3 overall pick. Just everything is going crazy. The NFL world, the sports world, basically froze in time for a few hours before the draft because we had no idea what was going to happen. The timing of the leak or the timing of the report, strange indeed. On draft day, Adam Schefter go ahead and reports that someone within the Packers organization has let him know that Aaron Rodgers has turned in his 2-week notice to leave the team. And that just starts kind of like a spiral of media frenzy from that point forward. News gets out that the Packers sent people out to talk to Aaron, including the head coach, the GM, and even president of football operations. News is getting out that Aaron Rodgers turned down a contract extension offered by the Green Bay Packers. Whether or not that's true, that's a big deal. It comes out that he's so petty that he's upset about a fourth-string wide receiver that the Green Bay Packers dropped back in September. It even goes so far as that there are reports that Aaron Rodgers told the Packers, fire Gutekunst or I'm gone. That he wants to go after another man's job. It's just crazy because, like I said, back in 2018, 2019, the general public opinion was that the Packers weren't doing enough to help Aaron Rodgers out. And now it's completely flipped on its head that this is all Rodgers' fault. You got Terry Bradshaw going on the air and going on these rants. Calm down, Terry. With how public it's gone, with how ugly it's gotten over the past week or so, I think that Aaron Rodgers' time in Green Bay is over. This conflict probably cannot be solved at this point. Now, whether it's Aaron releasing this, I highly doubt it because everything has portrayed Aaron in a negative light, or it's the Green Bay Packers leaking this, which is more likely because they're trying to save their fans' base's opinion. There's no solving this because even if Aaron Rodgers is in Green Bay and they somehow manage to work it out, and he's in Green Bay for this 2021 season, even in that case, you aren't winning nothing. You can't compete in this league with how good it is and how stacked some of the teams are when you got so much conflict within your own ranks, so much conflict within your own organization. There's no way. It's over. The writing's on the wall. The era has ended. If Aaron Rodgers comes back for the 2021 season, just for one more ride, the last ride, if you want to call it that, the Packers will fall short, and they will not meet his expectations, and Rodgers will be gone. It's inevitable. Who's to blame? I think you can blame both Rodgers and the Packers organization. Rodgers should have been sharing his expectations earlier. 2015, 2016, 2017. Go ahead and voice all these opinions that you have now in 2021 as a 37-year-old quarterback. Voice those opinions when you're in your prime. Don't blow it all up here. Don't let it build up over time. Say how you're feeling. Tell them what your expectations are. You ain't going to get met with negativity for saying you want to win. And the Packers, you have an all-time great quarterback. And still, you have yet to go all in during an NFL season for him. You see teams like Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you see teams like the Kansas City Chiefs just absolutely loading up on the offensive side of the ball, especially with the way the NFL is evolving. You can say Davante Adams all you want. No one expected Davante Adams to be as good as he is, and he may be as good as he is, a lot to do with Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams was injury-prone and inconsistent for the first couple years of his career. He really broke out in 2019 and 2020. Blame Aaron Rodgers, blame the Packers. The root of this problem is simple. The Green Bay Packers, over the last 10 years, since they won the Super Bowl in 2011, have not lived up to expectations. So what's next? Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be traded. To who? Denver's the most talked about destination. Really good fit for him. Peyton Manning went there and won a Super Bowl in his twilight. I think that Washington's an interesting landing situation for him. Possibly go and hang out with Ron Rivera. They got plenty of weapons on offense and defense to help get that team going. Even the Raiders are thrown around in conversations. The Cleveland Browns have been recently in the conversation for Aaron Rodgers. Regardless of the team, the expectations for Aaron Rodgers are still going to be up here. And he's going to want to meet those expectations. And he's not going to be happy until he does. This saga has gotten ugly and honestly kind of sad. One of my childhood favorite players is now at the center of this controversy, and it's probably not going to end well. Regardless of the team, the expectations in Aaron Rodgers' head will always be up here. Super Bowl championships. So if they don't achieve those goals wherever he ends up, he's going to be unhappy. He's going to remain unhappy until he eventually retires. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in to this edition of the Mike on the Mic Sports YouTube channel. Excited to be here on YouTube. Still just getting started out. Please, one last reminder, hit that subscription button and little notification bell right next to it. And if you guys want to help us out, smash that like button. Helps us out a ton in the algorithm. If you want more content from me, head to Mike on the Mic Sports on any platform, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and everything in between. We got you with daily sports content on all those platforms. And if you enjoy sports and you're a real sports fan, I challenge you to go and subscribe to the WARZONE Sports Network. It's a network that I helped co-found and has 7 shows now airing weekly, once a day, with 3 live streams a week as well. You will not regret it. WARZONE Sports Network on YouTube, once again. I'm Mike, and I am on the mic. This is me saying, until next time.
Smack him in the mouth.
I gave you fair warning, beware.
I'll smack him in the mouth.
I gave you fair warning, beware.